What's cracking is Lil Meech. This is Michelle Visa on Hip Hop Weekly.
Visa, you're watching Hip Hop Weekly. I'm here with Lil Meech. How are you?
Great. I'm great. How's you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. All right, so you've done an amazing job portraying your father. How did you get prepared for this role? Did you have to audition, seeing that we know he is your dad? Did you have to audition for this role? And what preparations did you take for it?
Yes, I definitely had to audition for this role, but 50 actually believed in me when nobody believed in me, because he got me 2 years ago before the show even came out. He already had the whole BMF, the rights to do it or everything, either a movie or a TV series. But I met him in Atlanta, and he called me one day, and he was just like, "Hey, I want to move you to LA from Miami and put you in acting classes for a year and a half so you can learn how to play your dad." And that's really how I started acting, because I never really dreamed of acting before, never imagined myself acting. But he actually, was the first person to put me into it and put me in classes and make sure I was in classes 5 days a week, and I was learning it.
Wow, that's great. Now,
Yeah.
how closely did 50 work with your dad with producing this series? Did he have to speak to him often? Like, how did that work? Do you know?
50 actually talked to my dad all the time. Him and the writers, they talk to my dad every other day just to, map out the whole season. And they spent a lot of work, because it was really, the story is so long and it lasts so many years, so many different ways you could tell it, but 50 made sure that Randy and everybody else talked to my dad and my grandma and my aunt and everybody, my uncle, and make sure everything was authentic as possible.
That's great. Now you're surrounded by legends, Wood Harris, Russell Hornsby, McCole White. Were you under pressure filming with these people?
When I first came on set, I thought about the same thing, like I'm surrounded by all legends, it's a dream just to be on set working with them kind of people. But I wasn't really nervous. And, I wasn't really nervous, like, except for the beginning, but when I started working with them, it just I became more comfortable, and it became more easier because it was like I was learning from them as I was working from them. So it just became a whole learning experience, and everything worked out great.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anybody on the cast that you're have gotten particularly close to? Like, hey, this is my friend ever since filming. Like, we really get along. We just clicked.
Really, the whole cast, everybody I met, we clicked and we talked. And, every day on set was really fun. Like, we made it fun, just for everybody being so genuine and talking to one another, making, good of the time that we had while on set. So I think it was beautiful. Everybody, had a good relationship, still has one.
Yeah. So how was it working with Cash Doll?
It was great. She's from Detroit. And my
Mm-hmm.
daddy's from Detroit. So yeah, it was great working with her.
Now you're actually filming with another beautiful lady, Zendaya, correct? Are you working on Euphoria?
Yes, I started working on Euphoria like a couple months ago, right after I finished BMF, finished filming BMF. I went to Euphoria and did that. So that should be coming out within the next couple months too, season 2 Euphoria.
Yeah, that was great that you guys linked up for that. So are you working on any other projects besides acting, or are you strictly sticking with acting?
Well, no, I'm strictly sticking with acting. That's what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. Um, who would you want to get in a movie with? Somebody you've looked up to in the acting game.
Denzel.
That's great. All right, so where are you currently now? Are you in LA still, or?
I'm in LA, yeah.
Some advice for anyone breaking into acting, seeing that you're fairly new to this, what would you say, what advice would you give them? Because it shows that it can be done with hard work, with the classes and practicing, and you seem like a natural, but what advice would you give someone trying to just break into it, a young person?
I would definitely tell anybody who's trying to pursue acting just to go to class and learn the foundation of acting before, you just jump out there and audition, because it's really it's a lot of different parts that make up acting. You know, it's not what just we think about it as we see, you know, watch movies and TV shows, and we look at it and we think there's just people talking. You know, it's much more than that. It's a lot of emotions, and you got to internalize a lot of things. You know, make sure you feel something. So that's what acting is. You know, making sure everything that we tie in a scene, you know, we can tie to our real life and our real emotions, and use that in a scene. So everybody has to just understand, you know, the foundation of acting before they can jump out and do it. Because, you know, I had to do that, and I had listened to everything my teachers told me, and it literally, I watched it happen on set as they told me everything. So I would just tell everybody just to keep going. If that just definitely something they want to pursue, you know, go to class and listen to your teacher, listen to everything, and just have open ears, open eyes.
I like that. So how about you guys did the double XL cover, you did it with Michael Rainey. Right now, BMF is one of the biggest show on Stars right now. Are you a fan of Power?
Yes, I love Power. Yeah, I love Power. Michael Rainey, my little homie. You know, I love Power. Everything Power put out is great. I've been watching Power since season 1. So
yeah, me too. I feel like this is a show just like that. It leaves you wanting more. When it's a week off, you don't know what to do. Everybody's like, it's not on. So it's like, this is definitely following him. It's going to be a great show. It already is, but I could definitely see this going on, like you said, years and years. So we're going to get some other seasons, right?
yes, hopefully, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So I didn't watch that leaked episode. It's floating around. I did not, because I'm loyal. Okay. So I did not watch the leaked episode. But I mean, I guess that means, you know, people really, really want to see it. But what can we expect? Can you give us anything coming up for the next episode?
Just, you know, next episode is 50's episode. You know, he got one of my favorite episodes. You know, he was an amazing director to work with. It was amazing getting directed by him. You know, so it was just a blessing, a dream come true actually working with him on this episode. But, you know, we got sneak peeks from Eminem. We got a couple surprises from, you know, a couple other people. Just people got to sit down and watch, you know, and
Right,
stay down.
the guests are so good. You got Snoop as the pastor, and it's just like, you know, we can't wait to see what else is next.
Thank you.
All right. Where can the people find you at? Let them know.
Follow me on Instagram at Lil Meech BMF, or Twitter, the only one Big Meech.
All right. It's Michelle Visa, Lil Meech. Make sure you check out the new episodes of BMF. All right.